Very good noon. We will wait for 1 to 2 minutes, then we will start our session. Yeah, very good noon, everyone. We will wait for 1 to 2 minutes, then we will start our session. Okay, we will start our session. So, am I audible to everyone, Rahul? Yes, Rahul. Am I audible? Anyone? Tell me. Tanusri.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So,
Yes, sir.
okay, fine. A few one month ago, I will stopped my session for the EE 603 due to some internal work which had been assigned by me, okay, from the college authority, it's the NAC and the NBA work. So I am not taking the classes in the regular basis. So when we are right now, I am available. So I am taking the class for EE 603. Okay, I think in the module one I have completed all those things, and module two I have studied the jet transformational modeling, right? The introductory part I already told you what the jet transformation is, how the sequence of number that will be implemented in the jet transformation, and as well as the Laplace transformation. Okay, so jet transformational methods is one kind of operational methods. So jet transformation method, Laplace transformation method, these are all we are considering in a time domain. Okay, so in a time domain analysis, we will deal with a jet transformation. For in case of a frequency domain, we will deal with a Laplace transformation. So all those sequential number that will be taken into consideration in a jet transformation modeling. So we will also discuss the one-sided jet transformation, two-sided jet transformation. So all those things we will discuss. Today actually we will discuss. I think you will forgot all those things regarding the jet transformation. So little bit we will briefing the jet transformation, then we will start the session, because in the very few weeks ago we will start the session. Okay, so I think you will forgot all those things regarding. We will start the jet transformation from the starting onwards, right? So in the jet transformation modeling, so first I will share my screen so that you will able to understand what I already told in the previous lecture, a very few 1 month ago, right? So first I have to share my screen. Yes, is my screen is visible? Yeah, anyone? Is my screen is visible or not? Yes. Rahul?
Visible, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So, what we will do, so the 31st 7 2021, we are discussing all those things, right? So, what is actually the jet transformation? Okay. So, jet transformation is actually nothing but a major mathematical tool for analysis in case of a digital control system. Okay, because whatever the control system we are adopting in this particular syllabus, that should be in a digital control, not the analog control. So whenever we have to discuss the digital control, the jet transformation is taken into consideration, or we can say that the advanced control system. The control system will be divided into the two different segments. Okay, one is a control system 1, which will be called as a linear control. Okay, and the control system 2, which will be also be known as a non-linear control, and which can also be told as a digital control or the advanced control system. So whenever we have to discuss the digital control system, so jet transformation will be takes the important role. Okay, jet transformation, and as well as the Laplace transformation, which will Laplace transformation is normally used in an analog control system. Okay, so whenever we have to discuss, and also not only the advanced control system, but also in the digital signal processing DSP, which will be in the 7th semester syllabus, in your 7th semester syllabus, the digital signal processing also, we are implementing the jet transformation modeling. So before starting the jet transformation modeling, so we have to require some prerequisite knowledge, right? So what are the prerequisite knowledge before understanding the jet transformation? So the prerequisites are the understanding the sigma notation, because whenever the summation, okay, the summation is the sum of a individual signals. Okay, so you have to understand for the different kind of signals, when we are adding this particular signals, we are implementing this sigma notation for the summation of a various kind of signals, and depending upon what the results we are taking, we are giving, or we are taking from the from this particular equation, or for the particular calculation from the jet transformation, we have to convert this particular jet transformation into a Laplace transformational domain. So before starting the jet transformation, you need to understand what will be the function of this particular sigma notation for the summation of a particular signal. Not a particular signal, various kind of signals which will be having the input of a particular system, or input of a particular process, right? The second one is you have to familiar with the geometric series, okay, or the binomial theorems. Okay, in the mathematical in the mathematics 3, you have to know that what the geometric series. Okay, you have to know also the what will be the binomial theorems. So before starting the jet transformation, or before applying the jet transformation, you need to familiarize with this particular series, and as well as the binomial theorems. The third one is you have to study a basic complex number theory. Okay, so jet transformation will be deals with a complex number. Okay, not a regular number. Okay, so this particular jet transformation, that should be studied in a basic complex number theory, including a complex exponential function. Okay, so whatever the signal we are giving, okay, so we have to implement this particular signal to a jet transformational method. So that is why we need to study the what will be the strategy that will implemented in the complex number theory, and as well as it will includes the complex exponential functions also, right? So these are the all the prerequisite that will need to understand before starting the a jet transformation modeling, right? You have to know what will be the function of this particular sigma sign, which will be the notation actually, okay, for the summation of a various kind of signals. Number two, you have to familiarize with the various kind of geometric series, and as well as the what will be the binomial theorems. And the third one is you have to study the complex number theory, and as well as you have to need to study the complex exponential function, right? So now what will be the learning outcome of this particular jet transformation modeling, right? So before understanding the jet transformation, so outcome should be you have to define the jet transformation for the sequence, because although we are considering the digital control system, so digital control system is having a sequence of a signals, right? It's not a continuous signal like a analog signals. Okay, so digital control system that will be defined in the jet transformation in a particular sequence of a number. Supposed to be, if I will consider a analog signal, right? If I considering the analog signal, right? So analog signals, it will be look like this analog signal, okay, which will be implemented. But in case of a digital signal, but in case of a digital signal, so digital signal, a digital control system that will be implemented in the jet transformation for a sequence. So if I converting these analog signals into a sequential numbers like that, supposed to be this is 0, this is t, 2t, 3t, like this. So this will be the sequence. So this is the number one sequence, this is the number two sequence, this is the number three sequence, right? So this particular form of this particular signal, that is taken into consideration under a sequence of a signals. Okay, so this particular sequence of a signals that will be defined through a j transformation, that will be the outcome of this particular chapter. Okay, so we have to convert the analog signals to a discrete form of a signals or the sequential form of a signals through a jet transformation modeling. That will be my outcome of the signal. I mean, that will be the outcome of this particular segment or this particular module, right? Number two, you have to obtain the jet transformation of a simple sequence signals from the definition or for the basic properties of the jet transformation, right? I already discussed what will be the different property of a jet transformation modeling, right? So these are the two main outcome. That means after clarifying, after studying all the jet transformation, what will be the outcome from this particular module, that thing you need to understand. So first outcome is you have to define the jet transformation. Suppose we have a sample signal, right? So we have a sample signal, and we have to implement the jet transformation on that particular signal. Okay, that thing you need to define. That is your one outcome. The second outcome is you have to obtain the jet transformation for a simple sequence of a signals, and also we have to discuss the definition for the basic properties of the jet transformation. Okay, so that thing will be studied in this particular jet transformation modeling. Okay, now the what will be the jet transformation. Okay, so I already told, whenever we have to starting the lecture, I already told you the control system will be divided into the two different segment. One is a control system 1, another one is a control system 2, right? So the control system 1 that will deals with an analog control system, or we can say that it's a continuous time system, right? Which will be considered as a Laplace transformation. Whenever we have to deals with the Laplace transformation, we need to take it into consideration in a analog control, right? We need to take it into consideration in a Laplace transformational domain, right? But when we will discuss in a control system 2, one second. But when we will discuss in a control system 2, so control system 2 is actually advanced control. That means advanced control of a control system 1. Okay, or we can say that it's a discrete control system, or we can say that it's a digital control system where we have considering the discrete time data, right? So for considering the discrete time data, we have to implement the jet transformation, because the jet transformation will be only applicable in a sequential sample, okay, not in a analog sample, right? So Laplace transformation that will be taken into consideration for the analog signals. The jet transformation that will be implemented in a discrete signals. Okay, discrete signals means 0t, 2t, 3t, like this discrete signal. Whenever we have to discuss the analysis part of a discrete system, then we have to deals with the jet transformation. But when we have to taken into consideration a analog signals, then we have to consider the Laplace transformation, right? So you have to understand what will be the difference between these two control system first. right? I think someone is coming. Okay, so you need to, so again, I will told you before starting the jet transformation, we need to understand what will be the various control system we are adopting, because the control system is a very important part of a electrical engineering system. Whenever we have to developing any such kind of machines, so whenever we have to start any such kind of machine, you need to understand what will be the control terminology that will be adopted in the particular machine before starting any such kind of machines or any transformers or any such kind of electrical device. So each and every components of an electrical system having a control terminology, whether it should be the control system terminology 1 and whether it should be the control system terminology 2. So whenever we have a conversion process which will be taken into consideration from control system 1 to control system 2, okay, that thing we will also see in the jet transformation, right? So that is why the jet transformation is a very important property. Okay, we can say that jet transformation is a very important property for analyzing the control system 1, for the conversion from the control system 1 to control system 2, because whenever we have to convert the analog signals to the discrete time signals, then we have to implementing the jet transformation. But when we have to convert the discrete time signals to the analog signal, then we have to implementing the Laplace transformation. That is the basic difference between the control system 1 and the control system 2. Okay, so again I will told you that the Laplace transformation that will be defined, which will be involving any such kind of integer number. Okay, so can anyone told me what we will know about the integer number or the integral number? Okay, can anyone told, in case of a basic mathematical approach, if you will understand the integral number, then you have to implementing the Laplace transformation in an analog system, right? So can anyone told ki what will be the integral form of a number, any such kind of number? Can anyone? Rahul, Anjali, anyone can told me? Anjali, Anjali
Sir,
Rani.
inte-
Ah,
sir, integers number can be in the form of P upon Q.
in the form of a p upon q. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, fine. Any other answer? Deepak Yadav? Deepak, are you there?
Yes, sir.
उधर उधर हाँ Rahul, हाँ बोलो. What will we know about the integral form of a number or the any such kind of integer number in case of a mathematical approach? Mathematics 3 में तो था integer form of a number. बोलो. Anyone? Deepak?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. What will be the integral form of a number? अच्छा, what will be the exponential form of a number? Any such kind of exponential form? Anyone? Because if we will do not understand the number system, okay, in a mathematical approach, if you do not understand the what will be the sequential number, what will be the exponential number, what will be your integer number, then you do not even understand what the jet transformation is supposed to be. When we will define the transformational function in an open loop system, because we are discussing about the open loop system and as well as the closed loop system, right? So if we are, I have write a one system, right? So can anyone told which system is? Okay, suppose I will give you one example. Okay, so I will give you one example. Suppose in a transfer function of a open loop system, right? So if I will draw the transfer function, okay, one second, okay, one second. So suppose if the transfer function of a open loop system. Open loop means it should not be a closed loop, right? Open loop system. Open loop system means there should not have any closed path. Okay, there should not have any feedback path, right? Right, there should not have any feedback path. Okay, but in case of an open loop system, if we will considering the transfer function, suppose if we will considering a one reference signal which will be taken into consideration as a RT, and here we are considering one switches at a time interval t is actually one period. The period of time we will considering one, and after the when the switch is closed, then what will be my reference reference input? That means this will be my sampled signals. This sample signals will be come after the switch when will close during the time interval of t is equal to 1, right? So when this particular system, so supposed to be this will be your, I told you, zero order hold in the module 1, zero order hold system, that will be taken into consideration like a z0s, right? So from there we have taken into consideration one process, right? So here we are getting some output, supposed to be it should be y of t with a function of t at the time interval t is equal to 1, right? If this is a one example of a open loop system, because we did not have considering any such kind of closed loop in a system or the feedback path of this particular diagram, so that diagram will be taken into consideration as a open loop system where we are giving the input like a RT, okay, which will be called as a RT is actually nothing but my reference input, which will be nothing but my, I already told these things in the module 1, reference input. So at the time of t is equal to 1, at the time interval, so t will be 2, t will be 3, whatever the time interval up to infinity. Okay, that means t will be vary from 0 to infinity, right? At a time interval, right? So whenever supposed to be we will considering the switch S1, when the switch is closed, then the operation will be taken into consideration. For that cases, this input, reference input, will be transferred to a sampled input, that is R of t. It will be called as a sampled input, which will be input to the zero order hold system, that means G0s. Okay, so this particular sample signal which will be entered inside the process and we are getting the output. Okay, so y of t is actually nothing but a what, which will be the output, right? Output of a system, output of a system, right? So as we are not taken into consideration any feedback path, then it should be a open loop system. So if the integral form of a particular function, then how this particular integral form of a function we will convert the transfer function modeling in an open loop system. Suppose if I will write a one a number, suppose one if I write a one equation like this, suppose g0s that is equals to whatever I can write, supposed to be 1 minus e to the base e to the base minus s of t divided by s, supposed to be, and another number supposed to be gps, this is the equation, supposed to be I am writing 1 by supposed to be s of s plus 1, right? So for that cases, if the two equations will be there, this is one equation, this is the number two equations. Okay, so when we have considering the transfer function modeling, or if I will expand this particular equation in a partial fraction, then what we will do, supposed to be the y of s, or we can say y of t or y of s, whatever. Okay, so if I will write it y of s divided by r slash s, r slash slash is nothing but my reference sampled input signals which will be comes into the zero order hold. Okay, so that is equals to nothing but a G0s into GPS. This GPS is actually nothing but a partial fraction of this particular value, right? So So now your GS will be actually nothing but a, your GS, that is actually nothing but a y of s into r slash divided by r slash s, that is equals to 1 minus e to the power minus s of t divided by divided by s square, s square s plus 1. So if we will expand this particular equation, if we will expand this particular equation, okay, into a partial fraction, that means suppose if I will expand this equation, if we will expand, expanding into a partial fraction, sorry, partial fraction, okay, so that particular GS is equals to what will be my actual numbers, actual function, that will be 1 minus e to the base st divided by s square s plus 1. So if I will expanding this equation, so the expanded equation will be look like this, 1 minus e to the base minus of st divided by into 1 by s square minus of 1 by s plus of 1 by s plus 1, right? So this will be the exponential, or this will be the partial fraction, this will be the partial fraction, the expanding partial fraction of a particular system GS, of a particular system GS, right? So that particular function is having a various kind of integral number, okay? So this particular function 1 minus e to the base minus st, that is actually the exponential function or the exponential term of a number, right? E to the base minus st, that should be taken into consideration as a exponential term of a given system, right? So this particular system will be taken into consideration as a exponential term of a given system. So if we will implementing the j transformation of this particular g of s, right? So the j transformation, if we will j transformation of this particular gsf, so it will coming look like this, it will coming supposed to be any such kind of number, supposed to be, it should be 0.359 z plus of 0.2644 divided by z square minus 1.367, whatever the number is, z plus 0.367, whatever the number is. I am assuming this is coming after the j transformation of this particular system. So whenever we have to deals with any such kind of transfer function modeling of a open loop system or in a closed loop system, we need to understand the integral number, exponential number, and as well as what will be the integral form of a transfer function of a open loop system and as well as the closed loop system using the jet transformation modeling. So that is why I told you that whenever we have to implementing the Laplace transformation modeling, right? So for the defining the any such kind of Laplace transformation, we need to take it into consideration as a integral number. But whenever, suppose that means that whenever we are applying the Laplace transformation for a certain ordinary differential equation, okay, in terms of a simple algebraic equation, right? So that is actually the function of a Laplace transformation of any such kind of integer number or any such kind of integer system, right? So Laplace transformation will be doing nothing, Laplace transformation only doing the transformation from the ordinary differential equation to a simple algebraic equation, right? supposed to be, if you have a differential equation supposed to be d square y by dt square plus 3 into dy dt plus 5 is equals to 0, so that will be your one differential equation, right? So whenever we have to applying the Laplace transformation of this particular differential equation, so if we will implementing the Laplace transformation LT, Laplace transformation, so if I will defining supposed to be this particular function, we will take it into consideration as a y of s, right? So if we will defining the Laplace transformation of y of s, so this Laplace transformation will be convert this particular differential equation into a simple algebraic equation. Supposed to be 3z plus 3l plus 1 or 3z plus 1, like that, right? So the Laplace transformation will be only doing the transformation from the differential equation to a simple algebraic equation into a, for involving a integral form of a number, right? So that is actually the function of a analog control system, not the digital control system. But whenever we have to discuss with a digital control system, again I will told you that the uses of the Laplace transformation give the rise to the basic concept of the transfer function of a continuous system. Okay, so here I will show you the continuous system. So there in the particular system there should not have any such kind of break. If I will implementing the switch S1, if I will close this switch, if I will close this switch, then this particular system is a continuous system, right? So if I will applying the Laplace transformation of this particular system, so for that cases it will rise the basic concept of a transfer function modeling approach, okay, in a analog control system. So mainly we have to deal the Laplace transformation in a analog control system, not in a digital control system or in a discrete control system. But when the conversion process will be taken into consideration, supposed to be if we will converting the analog system, signal to a discrete system, then we have to implementing not the Laplace transformation but the J transformation, right? So from there the J transformation will be takes takes the important role, right? So that is why the J transformation that will play a similar role for the discrete system. Whatever the role that will play the Laplace transformation in an analog system, the same role that will play the J transformation in a discrete system. That means in the Laplace transformation, the system which we will use is an analog system. But in the J transformation, we are implementing the discrete system, right? So whatever the role that will play the Laplace transformation in an analog system, the same role that will play in the J transformation that will play in a discrete system. That thing you need to understand. Because there will be the no difference between the Laplace transformation and the J transformation. Both are the mathematical tool for solving or for analyzing any such kind of transfer function modeling, right? Both are the mathematical tool, but the Laplace transformation we will use in a analog control system, and the J transformation will be implemented in a discrete control system or the advanced control system. Okay, so is it clear? So what will be the difference between the Laplace transformation and the J transformation? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here also whenever we have to, so this will be is a discrete form of a signals, okay, but analog form of a signals it should be like this, right? So whenever this such kind of signals will be there, then we have to implementing the Laplace transformation. But when we have to taken into consideration a discrete system, then we have to considering the J transformation. Both the transformation having involvement of a sequence of a number, whether it should be the integer number, whether it should be the exponential number, whether it should be the transfer function modeling, both the transformation having a involvement of a sequence of a number. Sequence of a number means supposed to be this particular signals having a sequence like a t, 2t, 3t. This is actually the sequence. Okay, under this particular sequence that will involve in the j transformation modeling. Okay, so whatever the role that will play in the Laplace transformation in an analog system, the same thing it will play in the discrete system. We are implementing the j transformation in a discrete system, but the basic variable for both the system will be same. Basic variables means basic supposed to be in the Laplace transformation also we are considering any such kind of system y of s, but in case of a j transformation also we are considering y of s. That means in both the transformation, whatever the transformation we are using for the conversion process, the basic variables, the properties of the variable should be same. Keep remind these things, because before understanding these things you did not implementing the application part of a j transformation, because the application part of the j transformation is little bit complicated, right? So keep remind these things always whenever we have to implementing any transformation of any such kind of system. So whether you have to implement the Laplace transformation or whether you should be implementing the j transformation, you keep remind these things. Whatever the variable you are using in a particular system, that variable is unchanged during the Laplace transformation and as well as the j transformation. Right? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, I will told you specifically, right? So specifically, whenever we have to implementing or any such defining any such kind of transfer function of using a j transformation, that will which will involve the summation, right? So whenever we have to implementing the j transformation, whenever we have to implementing the j transformation for any such kind of system, we have to involve the summation part, right? So that is why I told you in a very previously that what will be the prerequisite, that means this. So before understanding the j transformation you need to understand what will be the summation of a different signals, what will be the function of this particular notation, supposed to be y of s plus summation of y dash s plus summation of y double dash s, like this, is equals to the summation of y of s plus y dash s plus y double dash s, like this. So whenever we have to implementing the j transformation of this particular system, okay, you need to notify the all those signals using a summations of a signal, simple signal, right? So that is why you have to specifically told that I have to specifically told that for defining the j transformation of any such kind of system, that will involve the summation of a system, right? The second one is a j transformation that will convert a certain differential equation into a algebraic equation. Keep see this number 2 points in the Laplace transformation also. In the Laplace transformation also, we are conversion process will be from the ordinary differential equation to the algebraic equation. The same thing, the same function that will play in the j transformation in a discrete system. If we are having a discrete time of signals, so if we are implementing the j transformation on a discrete system, that means that particular j transformation that will converts the differential equation into a algebraic equations. So here also supposed to be if we have a d square y dt square plus 5 of dy dt plus 9 is equals to 0. If this will be your one differential equation, some simple differential equation, right? So whenever we have to applying the j transformation of that particular differential equation, so j transformation will be do what the same thing which will be do by the Laplace transformation. That means when we are applying the jet transformation of this, then it will convert the differential equation into a simple data 3z plus 1, the algebraic equation, like this. Okay, so that is why the jet transformation and the Laplace transformation is very important part, because this particular equation, it will be, whenever someone is told this particular equation, it will be very complicated in nature, right? So jet transformation will be did what will be the function? If anyone told you, why do you implementing the jet transformation in the mathematical modeling, right? So your answer is, the sir, the jet transformation is only used for simplify the differential equation into a simple form of a algebraic equation, so that we will, it will be better understanding of any such kind of n number of signals. Okay, so that is actually the main objective of this particular mathematical tool. Okay, so this jet transformation, Laplace transformation, is actually a nothing but a mathematical tool for implementing the transfer function modeling of any such kind of control system, right? That means whenever we have to design any such kind of system, and we have to implement that particular design into a various domain, right, then we have to implement this jet transformation and the Laplace transformation using different mathematical tool like MATLAB, like AutoCAD, like LabSys, like this. Okay, so MATLAB is actually a domain where we have to implement, or where we have to designing any such kind of system using a jet transformation, right? So the jet transformation is actually nothing but a mathematical tool for adopting a transfer function modeling, and also the designing of any such kind of advanced control system, right? So that will be actually the function of a jet transformation and the Laplace transformation. Both mathematical model are working same thing. Laplace transformation, they are doing the differential equation to the simple algebraic equation. The jet transformation, that is also doing the same thing, but here the system will be changed. In case of a Laplace transformation, we are deals with the analog system, but in case of a jet transformation, we will deals with the discrete system. That is the difference, but all the things will be same in both the mathematical tool. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So then next day, tomorrow I will start from there. Use of a transformation. For example, I give one example. I will show you how the jet transformation will be converted into a Laplace transformation, and if any particular system will be defined. If any particular system will be defined, so how the this will be your infinite series. So this infinite series, if I applying the jet transformation, so what will be my jet transformation? That thing I will show you in the tomorrow's classes. Okay, so I think I will stop the session for today. I have another class for 8th semester, right? Okay, thank you. Is there any question? Is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay, keep remind these things, because this particular portion is very much important. Although if I am also busy, okay, keep remind these things. You need to regularly do the activity in the control system, right? Because whenever we have to go to the module 3, module 4 na, so the particular chapters will be much harder, right? It's not like a power system or with some calculation is there. There must have, you have to design one modeling using the jet transformation modeling. So you have familiar with the jet transformation, Laplace transformation, and as well as in the jet transformation also some portion will be there where we have to implement the Fourier transformation also. So little bit complicated whenever we have to designing any such kind of model, right? So you need to design any such kind of system. So that is why it should be complicated. Okay, so if we will regularly study these things, it may happen. I am not regularly take the classes because I have another work that will assign by the administration. So it may happen I will not take in a regular basis classes, but still you I have providing in the LMS portal. I have providing all the things, all the books that will I will upload it. within 2 3 days, you need to study. Before, if you will need not study a regular basis the control system, it will very difficult whenever you go to the seventh semester, when we have to deals with the DSP, that means digital signal processing. Here there also the jet transformation that will even be implemented, right? Even in the gate syllabus also, whatever the signal, whatever the gates, according to the gate syllabus also, the jet transformation, Fourier transformation, and the Laplace transformation, which will be the question will come from the J transformation, Laplace transformation. So you need to understand what the transfer function, what the transfer function modeling, what the difference between the open loop transfer function and the closed loop transfer function, and then after you have to convert the analog system to the conversion of analog system to the discrete system. You need to check these things, okay, in a regular basis. Otherwise it should be very difficult whenever the semester will come and whenever the examination will come. So there will be a huge dilemma in the control system, okay. So that is my experience from my end also, and whatever the previous Kolhan University syllabus has been taken into consideration. So the control system, the huge number of students will be told that, so it would not be understandable, okay. So from the day beginning, if you thoroughly understand the control system, because the control system is the one subject where each and every process, each and every industrial process, the control system terminology is need to understand. Otherwise you cannot control, you cannot run any such kind of system, okay. Is that clear? Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
we will stop the session for today. We will again meet tomorrow in the same timing, right? Okay, thank you.
Thank
I
you,
will
sir.
stop the session for today. All are requested to leave the session.